in 1 second. There we go. All right, let's talk about how we're going to get cars for less than other people are paying them. We are live. My name is Deshone. I'm publicly known as Deshone the Auto Advisor. I want you to start typing your car shopping questions. Any questions you have about buying, about leasing, about getting good prices, quality, type them below. We'll get to as many questions as we can in the next hour. What's up, They Love Lady B? Good to see you. Welcome to the new followers. Shout out to the sharers. Everybody who shares this broadcast, thank you. We appreciate you. Start typing your questions in, and we'll get to as many as we can. I spent 14 years in the car business. For those who don't know me, I've been on the internet teaching since 2021. We've helped thousands of people around the country pay less than what everyone else is paying for cars. That's the name of the game. That's the only thing that's important. Okay. All right. I see we got a couple questions coming in from TikTok. You guys can, Dolan, you can start bringing some of these questions in. Everybody, no matter what platform you're on, type your questions. We usually like to get to questions early because the longer we stay on, the more questions come. And now, we can't always get to your questions. So, is Nissan going out of business? I haven't heard that. Let's see. I see it's a popular question online. So, in dire straits, but could Honda save the day? Nissan will cut 9,000 jobs worldwide, cut production capacity of 25%, and totally overhaul its product lineup. Unable to reinvent itself after disgraced former CEO Carlos Ghosn was arrested. Okay, you might be onto something here. Nissan has just announced, November 2018, announced that its profits this year will be 70% lower than expected and suffered a $60 million loss last quarter. We'll see. In addition to slashing jobs, cutting production, y'all got to get out there and buy some Nissans. But listen, it takes a lot for a manufacturer to go under. A lot of the times what they're doing is they're overproducing cars. They're just making way too many cars for the amount of sales they have, and then they end up having to subsidize and give them away, rebates, incentives, low interest financing, and they end up, I guess, netting a loss when they do this stuff. So, they're going to go down. Remember the days, who remembers you used to walk into a car dealership, it was 200 cars in the back. When I worked at Mercedes, we literally, almost every deal I worked at, whether it was GM or whether even the Lexus deal, I worked at a Lexus dealer for a couple months, and it just always had like 200 cars. Who remembers that? I don't go into dealerships to buy cars now, so I don't know what their inventory looks like. But this is more reason why you guys need to learn how to negotiate from home and start to put dealers against each other, because they are going to use this against you. When you walk into that dealership, they're going to use the fact that production is low. That's why when we're home, we're talking to 25 dealers. It doesn't matter what one dealer says. So no matter what dealers go out of business, no matter what, the name of the game is staying home, putting dealers against each other so that you pay the best price. I don't care about anything else. I don't care if it's 20 dealers in the country or 2,000. I'm calling the 20. We're putting them against each other, and we're going to find out which of the 20 is going to sell the car for the lowest price. That's the name of the game. Nothing else matters. Okay? Nothing else matters. Everything, and for those of you who watch the streams, you watch my free videos all over social media, if you want the exact blueprint, everything that I teach step by step, that is my new digital book. It's called Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. So you're going to have an entire 7-step system for getting below market leases, purchases, new cars, used cars from home. You're doing 90% of the work from home. We only need to be in dealers to test drive. We only need to be in dealers to pick up. We are not negotiating from the deal inside the dealership. So if you want the exact blueprint, that's my new book. You can see it's rated very high online. Thank you to everyone who's reviewed the book. You can get a copy. It's normally $97, but as part of my welcome offer, for 30 minutes, you can get a copy for 75% off. which is $24. So go to my TikTok bio, my Instagram bio, the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments, click those links, and then grab your book at 75% off. And you'll just have everything I teach step by step for putting these dealers and banks against each other. Okay, go ahead, Dolan. Shoot the next question up. Keep typing your questions, everybody. Let's get to as many as we can. What's up, Wilfredo? Stephen May, good to see you. See the people checking in on TikTok. Is it better to buy used than new? It's two things. Affordability. Can you get everything you want in a new car, everything you need in a new car, and be under your budget? If so, then you have the option of getting a new one or a used one. You could afford both. Some people can't. Some people say, I need a 3-row SUV. I want it to have leather, remote start, navigation. I want it to be in a luxury class. And I can't get all of that. I can't get everything I want in a new vehicle for my budget. And they end up buying pre-owned. But if you could afford both, then it's really a matter of your values. Do you want, so you guys know, how many years do I teach? Let's see. Listen, everybody go to your keyboards. I want to know how many new people we have on here. If this is your first time on a stream with us, type the number 1. Type the number 1. Okay, Monty said 8. You know the question I'm about to ask the next time, Monty. It's not fair. That's not the question that I'm asking. I'm asking who's new. Ernest, welcome. Shout out to all the new people. Everybody who's new, who's typing a 1. If this is your first time on a car shopping stream with us, type a number 1. Type 1. Rolito, good to see you. Erasmo. I'm sorry, I probably butchered your name. Forgive me. Carmen, welcome. So we have some principles here. Veronica Brown, good to see you, that you might not be familiar with. And one of them is something we call the 8-year rule. The 8-year rule says if you're not buying cars to keep 8 years, you should not be buying cars. You should be shopping for a lease. You're going to pay a lot less as long as you know how to get good lease deals, structure them correctly. So if you are buying your vehicle, then I'm assuming you're keeping it 8 to 10 years. So some of you might say, well, I only buy a new car every 10 years, Deshone. I'm gonna just buy a new one because I don't want to buy it used. That's fine. So this is not the question of new or pre-owned comes down to 2 things: budget and then values. If you could afford both, then ask yourself, do you want to get a great deal on a brand new one, save all the money you can on a brand new one, or do you want to knock 20, 30, 40% off the price, shop for a pre-owned? You're not going to get the latest. You're not going to have the, full warranty, but you will knock 20, 30, 40% off the price. That's a matter of values. Okay? There's no right or wrong there. Okay? Go ahead, Dolan. Let's go, everybody. Keep typing your questions. This is Car Shopping Questions and Answers. I'm your host. I'm known as Deshone the Auto Advisor. I spent 14 years in the car business, and for the last 3-4 years, I've been online teaching people how to pay less than everyone else for cars, new cars, used cars, and leases. And we do 90% to sometimes 100% of our deals from home. That's why our entire system is called Cars from Home. All right, bad credit. Can I still get a car? I have a full-time job. It's my student loans messing me up. Sure. You just need, so first thing you want to do is separate your transactions. What does that mean? Anytime you buy a car from a dealership, you've done business with them. That's a transaction. Anytime you get a loan from a dealership, that's a transaction. And anytime you sell your old vehicle back to them, you call that trading, but you're actually selling the vehicle back to them. That's a transaction. So in order for you to get a great deal, the first thing you're going to have to do is start separating the parts of your transaction. So we separate those 3. Who we buy our car from is different than who we get our loan from. That's different than who we sell our car to. Because if you give your car, you trade your car into a dealership, they give you $10,000. But you could have sold it to Driveway for $12,000, then you lost. Is that a loss? Can we all agree? Can we all agree before we move forward? This person's asking, they said they have bad credit. They want to know if they can get a job. If you could have sold your car to a buyer like Driveway for $12,000, but yet you took, lock in, y'all. Come on, y'all know the people who get the most out of what we do here are on their keyboard. They're not eating cereal and watching a bunch of stuff while they're trying to listen to me in the background. You're not going to save thousands of dollars on cars being distracted. So when you going back to the separating of the transactions, if you don't separate your transactions, you can't make sure you got a great deal on each one of them. Hit the like button if y'all understand that. You need to get a great deal on your old car. That means if there's buyers out there, you need to get the most money for your old car. If you don't get the most money for your old car, you didn't get a great deal because you left some money on the table. If you could have got a 4% interest rate or a 5% interest rate, but you're paying a 6% interest rate or an 8% interest rate, you didn't get a great deal. Hit the like button if y'all understand that. This is I got a great deal on this Honda that I bought. The dealer took off a bunch of money. It was the best offer, but on my loan, I should be paying 5%, but I'm paying 7.9% because I didn't shop around for my loan. I didn't get a great deal. I got a great price on the car. So this is the name of the game. Looking at each part of my transaction, I'm getting a loan. How do I make sure I'm getting the best loan? I need to get bids. You're going to get familiar with that word the more you hang around here. Bids. See, somebody's asking, 2017 Audi A4, 8.2% APR. Is that good? The only way, that's a buyer's remorse question. Unfortunately, and this comes from mixing transactions. If we had shopped for our loan separate, you bought your Audi A4, got a great deal on it, put it on hold. Don't take it home the same day. Who knows, the dealers love to get you. When we sold cars, we wanted you to take it the same day because we didn't want you to change your mind. But at the end of the day, there's some downfalls to you taking a car the same day. You can't shop around for your interest rate. So now you're out here paying 8.24%. How do we know you couldn't have got 6.9? How do we know you couldn't have got 5.9, 7.1? How do we know that? Did you see enough offers for you to know that? See, if you had said to me, I know you didn't because you're asking that question. If somebody says to you, hey, you're paying 8%, is that good? Is that the best? Now, if you say, well, look, I had 8 credit unions, 8 banks, and all the dealers' banks try to compete, 8% was the best. You see the difference? You see the difference? One deal says, hey, I got 10 banks to make me an offer. 8%, 9%, 8.2, 10.1, 11%. 8% was the best. Now we know. That's how we get rid of buyer's remorse. We must get offers. The reason you guys have buyer's remorse like you do and anxiety, even before you make a deal, you're not getting offers. So whenever you're about to make a deal, you hesitate because you don't know if it's a good deal. You can solve all those problems by learning the Cars from Home way to car shop and getting multiple offers. It's very simple. It's easy, much easier than what you've been doing in these dealerships, and it guarantees we got the best deal. I want you to move from this place of hoping to a place of guaranteeing. Okay. So what you're going to do with your credit not being good is you are going to determine first, are you a leaser or are you a buyer? Should you be leasing? Are you buying cars to keep 8 to 10 years or not? No, Deshone, I'm not. So if you're not, then your goal should be to set yourself up to lease. Now that might take you 2 years. You get you an inexpensive car, get a small $10,000, $12,000 loan, pay that payment, $250 payment, pay it on time, build up your credit. You're not going to drive the fanciest car. This is my plan for short-term people with bad credit. It's in my book. It's in everything I teach. If you have bad credit, you know, Deshone, I should be leasing. I want to be driving brand new cars, like the people you show in these streams, paying cents on the dollar, super low payments, but I don't have the credit yet. You're setting yourself up. Let's get set up for the lease. And if you're a person with bad credit and you are going to keep the car 8 to 10 years, then you got to make sure you got a great car. Find yourself a great car. You can use our system, new car, used car. Once you find that, you use an independent lender. I have some I recommend in my book. And now, LendBuzz is one of them. LendBuzz is a solid company. You're going to pay higher interest because your credit's not good. But in 18 months or a year or 2 years, when you fix your credit, now you refinance. So 2 plans for people with bad credit. One of them is short term, small car, flip out of it into a lease in 2 years, drive something you don't like for 2 years, pay it on time, fix your credit, be responsible, invest in your credit so that you can go out here and make power moves, and then you move into a lease. The second plan is for the long-term person with bad credit, 8, 10 years. Buy your car, get a great deal on it. You're going to pay 18%, 20%, 25% interest, whatever it is, and then you're going to fix your credit and refinance. Simple. Simple. These are the plans. Okay? All of this is in my book. For those of you who like Deshone, there's no way I'm going to remember all of this. You can grab my book. That's the blueprint to everything I teach. It's called Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. It's already 5-star rated. You can Google it, and you can get a copy for $97. But if you get there, as part of my welcome offer, you get it for $24, 75% off. So it's normally $97, but you can get yours in my TikTok bio, my Instagram bio, the YouTube comments, and the Facebook comments for $24 for the next 30 minutes. And it'll be in your inbox. You'll have the entire bad credit plan from start to finish to set yourself up. Okay, so use that 75% off link in the comments or in my bios. But it's a digital book. So as soon as you pay, on that page is the link to open your book. I also email you a copy. Make sure you have my support team's email because some of you type your email wrong. All right, let's go. Let's go. Go grab your book. Come on back to the stream. And that's just those of you who don't want to bother remembering all of this stuff. You're not taking notes. Our price is going to be low. Wagoneer with such back orders. I don't care about any. If I'm shopping for a Wagoneer. Oh wait, Dolan, what question are we doing? Okay, this is Gangrene Jets. Our price is going to be low. Wagoneer with such back orders. First of all, if I'm shopping for a Wagoneer, my only objective is to connect with 25 dealers. I have a strategy in my book. I'll show you how to do it in 20 minutes. I want to get 5 to 7 offers, and I'm going to see who's going to sell me the vehicle at the lowest price. It's very simple. All of that other stuff is defensive, and you can't control it. I don't care about one dealer's back orders. I don't care if I went to 2 dealers and they told me it's back orders. I want to talk to 25. Whenever we're shopping for a new car or a lease, we are speaking online by email through to 25 dealers. I already have the scripts for you. Now you could do this yourself. You want to pick up the phone and call around? That's fine. The reason why you must do this is because you're going to see that out of 10 Jeep dealers, 8 of them are overpriced. Their best deal is never going to be the lowest deal in the market. They're not going to go below a certain amount. They would rather sell the car to somebody else. So they'll take whatever they're buying. When they look at you, Who's had a car salesman look at them and say, hey, Michelle, hey, this is my best deal. You know, this is our best deal we can do. Coffee head. What's going on? Shout out to the people checking in on TikTok. Who's had a dealer look at them and say, this is my best deal? And you sit there and you wonder, are they telling the truth or not, right? Here's how we know. And in fact, there's no way to know, but here's what we do. We have other dealers' best offers too. Very important. This dealer's best offer is different than another Jeep dealer's best offer. It's similar. I've been using this analogy lately about an item in a supermarket. You walk into you get some spaghetti sauce, $6.99. It's not on sale. You go to another store, right? That same spaghetti sauce, identical spaghetti sauce, is $4.99. You go into another supermarket, right? Same exact product is on sale for $2.99, right? If you get that, hit the like button. If you get that and you're on TikTok, double tap the screen. See, if I can get that principle to lock in, because there's still people that don't know, dealers sell cars for different prices. There's still dealers that say, there's still people that say, you might be one of them. Man, I went to Nissan. They gave me an offer, man. Nissan is expensive. No, that Nissan deal is expensive. Come on, y'all. I don't see enough dollar signs. Let me know. Or if you are getting this, hit the like button, type dollar signs if you're getting what I'm telling you. You have to see cars as cookie cutter. Dealers want you to fall in love with one car. Look at this black Honda Accord. Oh, it's this nice black Honda Accord at the dealership up the street. There's 1,000 of them. When you start seeing, wait, this same black Honda Accord that you have, there's tons of other dealers that have it. Now you're on your way to start saving money. You're not going to save the money you're not going to save the big money on any car thinking this is one of a kind. It's just not going to happen because they've gotten you to think that we're the only ones who have this car. There's not a lot of them out there. There's only 2 out there. This might be the only one. That's what they want you thinking. You're not going to shop competitors and you're going to pay whatever they tell you to pay. Not realizing that their competitors would sell you that same exact car for $3,000 less. Let me show you the difference in offers so you can get an idea of how big of a difference there are between great offers and bad offers. So let's look at Teddy. Teddy's always a good deal because it's what I love about Teddy is there's a $300, not $856, $956, $1056, $1123. So from Teddy got a BMW from his best offer of $856 a month, no money down, $73,000 vehicle, to his worst offer is $1123 a month, no money down. Same vehicle. Look at this. The highest offer he got was $1123. His best offer was $856. Same exact car. He's talking to multiple BMW dealers the same way I want you shopping multiple dealers from home. And he sees, wait a minute, this dealer's giving me $856. This dealer's giving me $9. His local dealer gave him $986. Look. My local dealer came in at $986 and even told me in an email, even told him in an email, this is the stuff some of you be believing. He didn't think I'd find a better deal out there. His local dealer, local BMW dealer close to him, he probably went there to test drive the car, probably was looking at the car for months. Oh, one day I'm going to come back, man, I'm going to get that car right from this dealer. That dealer, $986 a month. Told him, I don't think you're going to find a better deal out there. Meanwhile, $856 a month is what he closes the deal at. You must shop multiple offers or you're not going to save the big money. You're never going to guarantee it. So I wouldn't say, I don't care when it comes to the Wagoneer, what back order. I don't care if you got a car on order. You might walk into one small dealership and they say, oh, we don't have any. And they're trying to make you think no one has any. Nah, that's not the way we do. And again, there's a couple reasons why we reach out to 25 dealers. One, we get the highest chance of getting 5 to 7 offers. You must get 5 to 7 offers so you can see how many are overpriced. And then we get to shop out of all of these dealers' inventories. What's up, OnStar? We get to shop out of all these dealers' inventories. You walk into a dealership, you're looking for a black car. They might not have it. You come back, you're shopping out of 25 dealers. Somebody has a black car, usually more than one person. So that's my thing. I don't believe anything dealer says unless 25 dealers tell me. All right. Go ahead, Dolan. And you know, it's a story that they're selling you guys. Unfortunately, look, as an ex-car salesman, I can tell you this. This is the name of the game with cars is not you winning. It's making you think you won. That's very important. It's very important for you to distinguish the difference between winning and thinking you won. Winning is you saw all the offers, you had a lot of people competing, you picked the best offer. That's winning. Thinking you won is you didn't see a lot of offers. You went into one dealer, maybe two, and you went and you negotiated. You try to negotiate your way down, and then you just shake hands hoping that you did okay. It's a very big difference. One is anxiety prone, buyer's remorse prone. The other is not. One guarantees you save the most money. The other does not. It's two totally different ways to move. Sean, looking at a 2022 Honda Pilot, should I wait for more leases to be turned back in early 2025? Yes, I always recommend when people are looking for a 1 or 2-year-old used car, you need to realize that dealers are not going to have them yet. Because the way dealers get used cars, they're either going to buy them from auction, which means somebody had to either have the vehicle repoed or they had to have the vehicle or they sold the vehicle, which doesn't happen a lot, or they traded the vehicle in, the dealership bought it, or at the end of the lease, a dealership bought it. All of these things don't usually happen in 2 years. You don't typically see a lot of people because it's a recipe to lose a ton of money, buying cars and then trading them in a year or two. So how would they get these cars? You know, Sean, that's the big deal. So what I always say is you're not going to see used cars until about 3 years. About 3 years. If you're looking for a 2-year-old one, it's going to be very tough for you to find it. So by the time the 2025s really start hitting, which is now, 2025's out. Now you should start to see those 2022s start to come back off lease right about now. And never buy listen, well, you're not buying a 2-year-old one or a 1-year-old one. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's what you would do. Wait until you're seeing enough inventory where you can start to see what the prices are. Because if you don't have enough inventory to see the prices, you're gonna guess. And now you're in trouble. You could be in trouble. You could be in trouble. Okay? So that's what you do. Go ahead, Dolan. Hey, with New Year's cars coming in, how much can I expect the dealer to drop on previous years? It's different for every car. I'm going to show you a variety of discounts, and you don't want to guess. You do not want to guess because you are going to lose. Like take somebody, let's look at Tiffany. So I'm going to take somebody like Tiffany. Tiffany she used my book. She's using what you would learn. You have my book. You can use our systems to create this bidding process. She's got $6,500 off. You can see right here, a $44,000 Mazda CX-90. $6,500 off. Now she got multiple offers. So who has this car? Some of you may have this car. And you're like, Deshone, I didn't get $6,500 off though. This is why we got to change the way we're shopping. So she got $6,500 off. That's on this car. Now, somebody like Sean, he gets $20,000 off on an F-150 Lightning. Somebody like Milligan, she gets $27,000 off with the rebates and discounts on her Mercedes EQE. As you said, you saw Teddy, who I showed a little while ago, he said that his best deal, from his best deal to his worst deal, was $856 a month, all the way up to like $1129. So you have no idea how much the dealer who's going to win your business is going to take off, because you don't know what rebates are on the vehicle. You don't know what incentives they've given them. You don't know anything. Who cares? You come in and asking for the invoice price. If any of these people had paid invoice price that I just showed you, they'd be thousands of dollars poorer. If Tiffany, instead of $6,500 off, she just took the invoice price, she would have just paid like $4,000 more. If instead of $20,000 off, Sean would have took the invoice price, he's going to pay $17,000 more for his truck. So here's what I know about negotiators. This is why I say, you negotiators, you don't really get good deals. I know you. I used to be a negotiator for a living. Here's why I tell you, you guys don't get good deals. You think you do. You don't know where the bottom is. And you go into a dealership and you are trying to feel for the bottom, not realizing that if you're dealing with what we call an 80% dealer, which is no matter how much they discount, they're never going below a certain amount, then you can't get them down. Once they say that's my best deal, that's my best deal, you take the deal, not realizing that a dealer that's 45 minutes away would have beat that deal by $5,000, $3,000. This is how it works. This is how it works. You cannot go in looking to feel for the bottom on a car. You don't know, you don't have access to any of the information to know what dealers truly own the car for and how much incentives and rebates they have. So what do? You get bids. It's very simple. You just get bids. See, what you want is you want a magic pill. You want, okay, every single car that's a Range Rover Sport, you should save $6,200 from that. Go get it. Oh, that's a Mazda CX-90. You should save $7,100 from that. That's a BMW X5. You should save $10,000 off that. That's what and that would prevent you from having to do the work. That's not what happens. That's not a reality. It's not a possibility. Even if, like I just got an Infiniti. We got an Infiniti truck. We leased it a couple weeks ago. $499 a month, $1,200 out of pocket, $54,000 vehicle, beautiful vehicle, QX60 Lux. They took off $8,000. They took off $8,000. I didn't go into the dealership to get that $8,000 off. I stayed right here, spoke to multiple Infiniti dealers. They all competed. Some of them took off $3,000. Some of them took off $5,000. Some of them took off $6,000. One of them took off $8,000. I sat right here while people were competing. See, they've got you begging for deals. Unfortunately, you're spending 5 figures, 50,000, 70,000, some of you, 100,000, some of you, and you're begging for people to give you a deal and buy. And that's not. You start shopping the way we want you to shop. Embrace what I'm trying to tell you. Use my 7 steps. You'll be empowered and you can shop from home. You'll have people competing for you. You'll start feeling like you're the prize, which is what you should when you're spending this much money. So there is no estimate. There is no, oh, I think you should save about 10 grand. If Milligan would have started shopping for her Mercedes and she would have been like, well, I'm getting a $79,000 Mercedes. I got it up on the screen because everything I say, I like to prove it. $79,000 Mercedes. Now you look and you say, all right, she might have went in here if she was a good negotiator and she said, man, I'm looking for 10% off. I'm looking for 10% off. I'm looking for whatever. Just make up a number. She didn't know she was going to get $27,000 off. While she sat at home, this was her best offer. She had other offers. That's the best one. This is how you find the bottom for every car. New car and leases, not used cars, new cars and leases. So we do these deals all year long. I'm not concerned with a new year, not concerned with, marketing, end of the month. None of this stuff matters. That's all smoke and mirrors. Okay. All right. I don't do any contacts, Legendary. We have multiple ways that we help the public. Everything I teach is in my digital book. So for those of you who are like Deshone, I want them, give me the blueprint. I want to know everything. I'm not going to remember this. Just give me everything. See, you could go through all my free videos. I got hundreds of free videos about new cars, leases, used cars, shopping, loans, all on my pages. You're going to piece those together, get your deal. God bless you. Go do it. It's for different people, though, because I'm talking to different people in those videos. If you want to plan and you're like, okay, give me the exact blueprint for me, that's my digital book, Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. It's already 5-star rated. It's normally $97, but as part of my welcome offer, you can get a copy for $24, only for 30 minutes, though. In my TikTok bio, in my Instagram bio, the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments, click those links, activate your 75% off, only for 30 minutes. And then your book will be in your inbox by the time we finish this stream because it's a digital book. So as soon as you get it, come back to the stream. Make sure as soon as you pay, screenshot the thank you page. You're going to see your book is going to be on that page. You're also going to see my support team's email. Some of you type your email in incorrectly. We can't email your book to an incorrect email. So you have my support team's email. So go get it. That's my welcome offer to you. Now, for those of you who you have a different learning style, you prefer to learn with people. You prefer to do things as a group. You rather work directly with me. We have a pro. You can go to those same links, hit shop with Deshone, see if you qualify. Everyone's not going to qualify for that program, but you can go through that. And then instead of reading, you have a visual blueprint with short videos that I've made. You'll have coaching from me. We have a private Facebook group, and you'll have everything. It's different learning style for people who like a little bit more of a group. Just hit the button that says shop with Deshone. Okay. I don't care how you get the results. I don't care how you save money on cars. You could do it my way. You could do it your way, as long as you do it. And what I find is most people just aren't doing it anyway. They're not doing it any type of way. Go ahead, Dolan. Let's try to get through more. See, we got a lot more. So let's go. How do I drive the car I want? BMW 745 without paying an outrageous monthly amount. It's very simple. Money. When it comes, all right, so when you're buying, the only way you're going to save is you got to get money off the car, because when you are buying a car, a $70,000 loan is going to be what a $70,000 loan is. Only thing is interest is going to change. $70,000 on a loan is roughly $1,300 on a 5-year loan. $1,300. Maybe if you take a 6-year loan, you could get it to $1,200. That is what a $70,000 loan costs. Now, you might say, well, Deshone, I can't afford $70,000. Okay, it's 2 ways. You're either going to purchase it and put money down so that your loan is not $70,000. Deshone, instead of $70,000, I put down $20,000. My loan's only $50,000. All right, you got $1,000 a month car payment. $900 a month if you take it for 6 years. And I see some of us on here, and I know what you're thinking, Deshone. My payment's lower than that. You took a longer loan, and I don't like talking about those things. I don't like to talk about people with 8-year loans on cars, or 7 even. That's like if I'm in $1 million house, but I'm in a 50-year mortgage. Yeah, I'm living in a mansion, but My mortgage is 50 years, not 30, not 15. I stretched my way into this house. I didn't comfortably move in. I couldn't afford the mortgage for 30 years. I had to get a 50-year mortgage to live here. That's how a 7-year, 8-year, 9-year loan is. You're just paying too much for a vehicle. You're paying too long for a vehicle. And at a time where your car's paid off, you should be putting money away. You're still paying monthly payments. You should be putting money away for repairs and for upkeep. So that's how you buy. You can't change. Now, what you can do is you could look at leasing. If you're not keeping your cars 8 years, you saw Teddy's deal on his BMW. We got 2 BMW deals I'll show you. Tope got her BMW i4 eDrive, $54,000 vehicle, $690 a month. Beautiful car payment. $690 a month, $54,000 vehicle. That's a 1.26% lease. Beautiful. Or look at Danielle on her Audi, $44,000 vehicle, Audi A3, $550 a month. And where's Teddy on his BMW? Oh, look at Kimberly on her Maserati, $91,000 Maserati, $944 a month. That's a 1% lease. This is extreme affordability for these cars. $73,000 BMW Teddy, $856 a month. So that's the 2 ways. When you look at your BMW that you say you want, you cannot magically make that payment something. Oh, I want to buy that $70,000 BMW. Give me the $600 a month. They'll put you in a 10-year loan. You'll roll out of it, and they'll get 15 grand out of you. How much could you put down? I could put down like 15 tops, but I got to be at like 600. No more than 7. All right, good news. We got you to you give us 15. We got you to 709 a month. Oh, for real? Can I take it today? Yep, you can take it right now. You got the 15? Yeah, I got the 15. Let me go to my bank. Now you're going and you're literally driving and you're wondering, and you're like, you're not even wondering. You don't even know how bad you did. But you're driving in a car that has a $700 a month payment that is $700 a month because you're in a 9-year loan. That's not a great deal. That's a horrible deal. That's a horrible deal. So when we look at how we're going to get these cars, you move in with strategy. You need to know, am I buying or leasing it? And that's the 8-year rule. If I'm not keeping this car 8 to 10 years, I'm not buying it. I should be shopping for a lease. I'm going to pay a lot less. I'm going to drive brand new cars. I just need to make sure I get my correct mileage and don't be like people who want to save $20 a month. So instead of getting 12,000 miles a year, they get 10. They know. Look at Jen. I teach my people when we lease. I teach my people, look, $512 a month was her Honda CR-V hybrid, $40,000 vehicle, $512 a month, no money down. She got this right from home, but she had to bump it up because she needed 18,000 miles a year. She didn't go out of there at $512 a month. Look, 18,000. She bumped it up to $563 a month, $47 more a month, and she gets to drive 18,000 miles a year and enjoy her lease. You know how many people and I'm telling you, I've been in the car business since 2006. I started learning about leasing a lot. 2008, 7, 8, started seeing, you know how many people would not have took the 18,000 miles that Jen took? $47 more a month. Jen gets to drive 18,000 miles a year instead of 12. They would have here's what they do. When y'all hear these people talk about leasing, it's a bunch of stuff they don't know what they're doing. And then look, I'm here to correct it. If they jump on these streams, ask their questions, we can answer them. But one of the things that I know they do, and then they blame the lease, is they'll know they drive 18,000 miles a year, but they take 12. Now that's 6,000 miles per year. that they did not get that they know they needed. I have a chapter in my book. I have a little paragraph. It's not even a chapter. It's a paragraph in my book called How to Choose Your Mileage Wisely. Because this is very important to having a great lease experience, choosing your mileage wisely. So 6,000 miles per year. We only do 3-year leases. We do not do 4 years. So that's 18,000 miles that they didn't get. They're going to be penalized for that at 25 cents per mile. They're going to have a $4,500 bill coming to them. And they'll probably call the dealership and say, hey, I went over my mileage. Can you get me out of it? And the dealer, who has nothing to do with the car, it's the bank's car, will roll that penalty right into the next lease. And then they end up paying. They never get great deals. These people are never, if you're this person, I'm talking you need to change this, because you're never going to get great deals. It's just not going to happen. You cannot roll penalties into your next lease and think, oh, I got a great deal, when you didn't have to roll those penalties in. You didn't. And the first thing you should have did was pick the right mileage. And then, let's stop getting out of our lease. So the point is, let's get to this. $4,500 is the penalty that's coming. Now watch this. Jen, she only raised her payment $47 a month for 36 months. That's $1,692. $1,690. I'm talking to you high mileage people who like, oh, Deshone, I drive 15,000. Can I lease? I drive 18,000. Can I lease? I drive 30,000. Can I lease? If you're not keeping your cars 8 years, you should all be leasing. It's not even a question. So $1,692 Jen pays to drive 18,000 miles per year. She pays an extra $1,692, but what she does is she avoids the $4,500 penalty. That's what, it's always cheaper to get it up front, a whole lot cheaper. So choosing your lease mileage wisely is so important. That's why, again, you see these people talking about, oh, I had a lease. Yeah, I went over the mileage and they billed me. That's your fault. I went over mileage and I bought the car and I ended up losing so much money. That's your fault. You shouldn't have bought the car. Now, don't buy a leased car because you went over mileage. Deal with the penalty. Let's make a deal. Roll with penalties in. Separate. Like, don't buy the car. And this is more than we could even talk about on this stream right now. But this is what we're seeing. I'm seeing people make horrible decisions. There's 17 million new cars sold a year. That number, and there's 40 million used cars sold. Half of those people buying used cars should be leasing, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. Half of the people who are buying, spending $400, $500, $600 a month to buy a used car should be leasing, driving new cars, and they don't even know it. They're spending tons of money driving old cars, and they could be driving new cars for the same amount of money because they're not keeping them. They're not keeping them 8 to 10 years. They trading these cars in 3 and 4 and 5 years, losing tons of money. That's why we got to spend so much time on this. If I could get people to understand the leasing thing, your life is going to start to change when it comes to cars. Okay? Go ahead. Go ahead, Dolan. Go ahead, Dolan. Shoot the next one up, my man. We got time for a few more. When you say 1% to 1.5% of MSRP, does that include taxes and fees? Yeah. Somebody's asking a question on how we judge great lease deals. First of all, the 1% lease rule has been around. If your lease payment was 1% of the MSRP or less, you stole the car, it was great value. Doesn't mean it's the best deal you can get. Very important to understand that. Just because you don't go in and say, get me to 1%. That doesn't mean it's the best deal. This is how we're gauging value. 1% means when I add up all those payments, what I drove for the MSRP, if I'll give you an example, $40,000 vehicle, a 1% payment would be $400 a month. $400 a month times 36 months is $14,400. Now that's going to include, that's how much I'm giving the bank to use their car for 3 years. 14,400. Here you go. Once that's done, I got to compare and say, well, if I had bought that $40,000 car plus taxes and fees, I'd have probably been around 44,000. But yet, over a 3-year period, I only paid 14,000. That's great value. Now, when we go into the 1.5%, now we start adding up all the payments and seeing when there's no longer value there. There's no longer value in leasing this vehicle at over 1.5%. Because if we take that same scenario, 40,000, then a 1.5% payment would be $600 per month instead of the 4. And now we multiply that for 3 years, that's going to be 21,600. So now we're getting close to the halfway portion where over a 3-year period, we paid almost half. We can't get to half. We can't. If 44 is half, then we're not trying to be over half. Your car is not going to depreciate more than half in 3 years. At the most, it usually will get to, close to half, especially the ones that depreciate rapidly. You'll get 45%. That's why we got to cap it somewhere. That's why that 1.5% is listen, people didn't know they were getting bad lease deals. When I announced the 1.5% rule, people started hitting me and saying, yo, D, I can see that I didn't get a good lease deal. I thought I did. And that's just the reality. We need to know that. We need to know, when is it we paid too much for a vehicle we're giving back to the bank? When have we paid too much for a vehicle we're not going to own? That's why the 1 to 1.5% rule exists. But yes, it does include all taxes. 1% includes the taxes. That is your payment. When we shop for a lease, we have a very specific way. I have in my book a strategy I call the 25 to 5. Everybody who learns from me, you know this strategy. We connect with 25 dealers online. You're going to use my email scripts and templates, and you're going to get 5 to 7 offers from those 25 dealers. Now, once you get those 5 to 7 offers, you're going to see a big range, but we get the offers with no money down. Everything we do when we shop the cars from HomeWay is always with no money down, whether you buy or lease, because it's much easier for you to see if you're getting a good deal when you're not putting money down. When you start putting money down, it starts to confuse the deal. And unless you're really, really good at math, it's going to be hard for you to see that you might not be getting a great deal. All right. So now we shop with no money down, 12,000 miles per year, taxes and fees in the payment. We tell the dealer, assume tier 1. Many of you are having problems car shopping online because you just don't know what to give the dealer. The dealers don't have everything they need to even give you an offer. That's why we have templates where we tell them the cars we have in our household so they can see, do we qualify for any rebates? We tell them what we do for a living so they can see, do we qualify for any incentives there? We tell them our zip code so they can factor in the taxes. These are all things I have built out for you in these templates when we shop for new cars and leases. Now, used cars are a different strategy because we use a marketplace strategy. It's like shopping on Amazon when we're shopping for used cars. But with new cars, this is the format we tell people, this is how you submit your offers to me. And if they submit them differently, we tell them, please submit them in this format. Because tons of people are going to try to offer y'all leases with money down, $3,000 down, $5,000 down. We only get offers with no money down. First month's payment only, that's it. When you lease, you pay at the beginning of the month, you give them your payment, you drive off. That's all we're giving. When we are getting offers, that is how our templates are set up. And that's how we're able to screen the offers. You are having a big issue screening your offers because they're all coming in a different format. This deal is doing $2,000 now. This deal is doing $5,000 now. This deal is doing $2,289. This is why it's a formula. Part of why internet salespeople exist is to make it hard for you to shop online. They want you coming into the dealerships, so that you can go and negotiate with them, and that keeps you from shopping their competition. That's what internet salespeople's job is. It's not to sell you a car online. Who's tried car shopping online lately? Is it good or bad? Who's tried car shopping online lately? Just type good experience or bad. Good experience or bad. Let us know. Good experience or bad shopping online. Car shopping online. Jim, I have the emails already. I can't walk you through the emails because I wrote them all. I have like probably 30 to 40 different replies for what they say. It would be too much for me to walk you through. That's just grab your book if you want to use the templates. They're all set up in there. If not, you got to deal with your own emails. The way I tell you guys, if you're going to do this your way, you need to be calling, ask for managers. That's the way I would do it manually if I didn't know what I know. In my book, I have all the email templates. When we're shopping for new cars and leases, this is what we use in our communication. That way you're not winging it. You don't have to worry about winging this. You're coming into an entire process when you're using the Cars from Home system. Thanks, New York Gal. Good to see you again. All right, so I forgot the question I just asked. That's not the question that I'm asking. Okay, hold on. I asked you guys. Okay, I could tell when it starts. When I get close to an hour, this is what starts happening. Hold on one second, Dolan. I'm trying to remember what I was just. What's the point we were just making? Okay, it's fine. Okay, Dolan, pull that next one up. What is the average percentage off an MSRP on a Mazda 5 Series? We had a similar question to this. I mean, you can watch the replay. I don't want to answer it again because we spent probably 5 minutes on this. So just watch the replay on YouTube or on Facebook. Rewind to maybe about the halfway point. You're gonna see somebody was asking how much discount they should get off of BMW. Similar question, similar answer. I have a lease now. How do I go about buying the car? Well, why do you want to do that? You've already leased the car for 3 years in most cases. Now you're going to turn around and buy it out. Are you keeping it another 8 years? You're going from driving a brand new car to buying a used car. What's the reason for that? What's the reason? That's all it is. People think this buying your lease out, it's all it is buying a used car. So what's the reason that we're going from, and the reason I'm asking this is because the reasons I see are usually bad reasons. Going from a brand new lease to buying a used car, people are usually doing it because they haven't made time to shop. They don't know how to shop. Or they got a bad lease deal. So now let's just say you got for a car, let's pull up a car. Let's look at Ansley. Let's look at Raphael. So Raphael, she got a $46,000 Jeep Grand Cherokee. She's paying $549 a month. No money down. Now, let's just say, for example, instead of her getting this $549 a month, she used our program. She uses this is the Cars from, everything I show is Cars from Home people. So these are people who have unlearned the old way of shopping. They're shopping the new way from home. $549 a month. Let's just say she got a bad lease deal. She didn't know it. She's paying $800 a month. Somebody tells her, hey, listen, why are you leasing? Why don't you just buy it? She's like, well, I'm paying $800. Yeah, I probably should just buy the thing. It makes sense because her payment to buy is going to be similar to what she's paying on her lease. So somebody who's offering her a bad lease deal, they might talk her into buying because she's got a bad lease deal. But you're not going to talk Raphael into buying when she's paying $549 a month and she's driving a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee. She's not buying because as soon as you say, what the payment is going to be if she wants to buy. All right, here, Raphael, I know you've been leasing, paying $549, but now if you buy the vehicle, you could actually pay $900 a month. Look, $45,000 vehicle, we know, some of you know unless you're new here, every $5,000 is about $100 a month. So a $45,000 vehicle is about a $900 a month payment on a 5-year loan. $900. Now we look and say, all right, well, what if we do, if she buys her old one out, she buys a used car, maybe it's going to be like $25,000. Okay, $25,000. That's going to be about a $500 a month payment. Why would she go from paying $549 for a brand new Jeep that she can drive, and if anything breaks, she just takes it to the shop? She doesn't have to worry about anything, to driving a used vehicle with no warranty, paying the same amount. It doesn't make any sense. To me, it does. I mean, is that, what's up, El Napoleon? Welcome to the community. Shout out to the new followers. Does that make any sense? See, it's the payments. People like, yo, Deshone, what is it about this leasing thing, man? You seem to, you really rave about it. First of all, not many people know about it. People have been taught wrong, and it's costing them thousands of dollars. The reason I love leasing is because I get to drive brand new cars for cheap. It's simple. Everything else is something people are adding to this thing. My neighbor, who when he met me about a year ago, his wife had a Kia Telluride. They had bought it. Very nice vehicle during the pandemic, Kia Telluride. $45,000 vehicle, whatever. He's paying $800 a month. He totals the car. His wife totals the vehicle, and said, his wife said, no, he said, Deshone, I noticed you teach this 8-year rule. If you're not keeping the car 8 or more years, you should be shopping for a lease. I said, that's right. He said, so I'm not going to keep it. I said, okay. He said, all right, so I'm going to shop for my lease. I said, cool. He gets a lease on a Kia Telluride, $479 a month. A brand new 2024, $479 a month. He was just paying $800. Do you think he needs anybody to tell him about leasing versus buying anymore? He just had the same exact vehicle in his driveway, taking $800 a month from his bank account, flipped to a lease, put no money down, and is paying $479 a month for the new version. You're just stuck. You got to get a great lease deal. You got to make sure your lease is correct. And again, if you're somebody who you keep in cars 8 to 10 years, this is not for you. But it might be for your daughter. It might be for your wife. When I see people, oh man, leasing is a waste of money. I buy my cars and I keep them till the wheels fall off. Okay, what does that have to do with the other people in your house? Is your son, your 19-year-old son doing that? No, he only keep his car. He gonna keep the car for about 4 years while he's in college. And you bought him a used car. Yeah, I bought him a used, like little Hyundai Elantra. How much was it? Oh, I got it for like 16. Okay, what's the car payment? I pay about $350 a month for him. Okay, perfect. So you're gonna pay $350 a month to get your child this used Hyundai Elantra that they're not gonna keep 4 years. They're only gonna keep 4 years, when you could have put them into this brand new Hyundai Elantra for $365 a month. Brand new, all the latest safety. If you look at India's deal, $365 a month, no money down, $28,000 vehicle, almost $29,000 vehicle, $365 a month. But you got them driving a vehicle with no warranty. Got to have a tow truck on speed dial, because if something breaks, you never know. What's on? Junior's out there, his car broke down. Now you got to call them, and you could have been paying $365 a month, same payment, and had them driving a brand new vehicle. Doesn't make sense. Now I can see if you wanted to go cheap, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 vehicle, you just want to pay cash. But if you're going to have a payment, some of you should be leasing cars for your children. You should not be buying them old used cars and they're at college. A friend of mine said that. He's like, Deshone, man, I remember my dad got me a Ford Mustang. Man, I was so expensive, man. I said, you know what you could have leased a Ford Mustang for back then? Probably $499. Probably like the Dodge Chargers back then was leasing for $350 a month. People paying $700 for them. I like to buy my cars. So you're gonna pay $700 for that? Yeah, man, but I like to buy it, man. But I'm paying $350. Yeah, but you leasing yours. You realize we could drive the same place? Like, you know, if we wanted to go on vacation to Florida, just drive down there, we can both go. You realize that, right? Yeah, but you leasing yours. You got to get that back in 3 years. This going to be mine once I finish the loan. And how long is the loan? 6 years. Okay. This is what I've been up against. And if this is you, just understand that's why I'm here. And this is why I laugh about it, because I'm like, sometimes people are not listening to financial, to just, this is not up for opinion. If I could drive a brand new car for less money, a lot less money, why would I be buying? Do you have to put money down the lease? Margaret, look at all of these lease deals. Margaret just asked, do you have to put money down the lease? It's a great question. All the lease deals, when you do it our way, the Cars from Home way, we are submitting our offers. We're submitting our emails to dealers and we're telling them submit offers to us with no money down. We must get at least 5 offers or we're not going to get these prices. You must get at least 5. You're not going to walk into one dealer, 2 dealers and get these prices. We get them from home. That's why our system is called Cars from Home. Now look at Danielle. Audi, $550 a month, first payment down. That's all she gave him. $550, drove off. Look at Greg, look, $56,000 vehicle, $527 a month. Look, he said, I think somebody messed up on the paperwork. No other dealer came close. Multiple offers. $600 a month for Bonita. This was back during the pandemic when people were paying $800 a month for Kia Telluride leases. She got hers for $600. That was back in December 2022. I remember people paying $10,000 over sticker for Kia Tellurides. It was crazy. No money down. This is Taupe, $690 a month on her BMW. No money down. This is Charles on his Palisade lease. $49,000 vehicle, $597 a month. See, all of these offers, look, Zafrina, $579 a month. And remember what I told y'all, 1% is not always the best. She got a 0.88% lease. So don't think, oh, I'm just going to walk in and look, I'm looking to get to 1%. Sometimes, depending on the deal and depending on the lease program, you could be under 1% if you're getting bids. But yeah, everything we do, Margaret, is with no money down. Everything we do. None of the strategies that I teach require money down. I'm teaching you how to shop with no money down. Because money down has nothing to do with you getting a good deal or not. That's why it's not necessary. Put that together. Money down has nothing to do with if you're getting a good deal. Some people say, oh man, I got a good deal. I didn't have to put any money down. So if you walked into a dealership and they charge you, you're looking at a $50,000 car, they charge you $60,000. The car's $50,000, they charge you $60,000, $10,000 over. But they say, good news though, you don't have to put any money down. Is that a deal? No, right? That's the point. Money down, independent of the deal, has nothing to do with the deal. The deal is Out of all, I'm shopping for this vehicle. Out of all the dealers in America, did I find the dealer who was gonna take the most money off? That's the deal. Nothing to do with anything else. Now your monthly payment and your budget, that's affordability. That's not a deal. Just because, look, I could go get a good deal on a Mercedes. Doesn't mean I could afford it. I could go get a good deal on a Rolls Royce. Might be 2,000. Somebody could come up to me right now. A Rolls Royce that's normally $5,000 a month. They come up to me and they say, "Hey, listen, I give it to you for $2,000 a month. I'm in an emergency. It's not in my budget. I can't pay $2,000 a month for a car. It's a great deal." You get what I'm saying? Affordability has nothing to do with the deal. The deal is we found a dealer. He's beating all his competition. He's taking off the most money. Here's his price. That's the deal. It doesn't matter if you could afford it or not. That means nothing. That means nothing. Hopefully you can afford it. Hopefully you're not looking at a car that is outside of your budget. But that is affordability, monthly payments, money down, zero to do with did I get a good deal. All that does is what did I want my payment to be? What did I want my payment to be? All right. So now everything that we're teaching is in my new digital book. If you're like, Deshone, I want the whole blueprint. There's no way I'm going to be able to remember this. So much stuff we didn't even get into. We didn't get into high mileage driving. We didn't get into high mileage leases. We didn't get into rebates and used cars. We didn't do any used cars. Talking about how we shop for used cars and how to narrow it down. There are deals everywhere. And there's been deals everywhere. But one thing I can say, for the people who don't know what they're doing, there are no deals. For those, if you're like, man, I feel like there's no deals out here. I feel like everything is overpriced. For you, it is, because you don't have any strategy. You're winging it. And the second most expensive purchase of your life, you're just freestyling it. And you're going to do this multiple times. It's different with a house. Some people only buy one house in their whole life, maybe three. You're getting cars for you, your family, your household. You're doing this several times throughout your life, and you're freestyling it. That's why you're not going to save the big money. That's why you're not going to have the peace of mind, the buyer's remorse. But if you come out of that, unlearn all of that, the way that they programmed you to car shop, start to stay at home, learn how to make dealers bid, how to make banks bid. That's another thing we didn't go into today. We didn't go into loans or making banks bid for our loan. This is all in my book. So if you guys are like, man, you know what? I want the whole blueprint. Give me the step-by-step. That's Cars from Home. 7 steps to saving time, money, and avoiding dealerships. It's a digital book, so it'll be in your inbox in literally 5 minutes, normally $97. But as part of my welcome offer, you can get your copy for $24, which is 75% off, but it's only for 30 minutes. So you got 30 minutes. Go to my TikTok bio, Instagram bio, the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments. Click those links. That's going to activate your 75% off. And you'll have everything I teach. Leasing, below market purchases, new cars, used cars, bad credit strategies, negative equity. Some of you are dealing with negative equity. It's all in there step by step. So once you pay, make sure you screenshot and save the thank you page. You can open the book directly on that page, but I also email you a copy. But sometimes you type your email wrong. I can't email a copy to a wrong email. So you'll have my support team's email. If that book isn't in your inbox in 5-10 minutes, Monday through Friday, reach out to my support team so they can make sure that you get your book. For those of you who want to work directly with me, if you qualify, click those same links and you can see, instead of reading, you might want a video experience and you might want to work with me on Zoom calls. We do 2 Zoom calls a month. And then we have a private Facebook group with over 1,500 people in it that have come before you. If that's more of your learning style, then you can hit the button that says Shop with Deshone, and you can see if you qualify for us to shop together. Other than that, I put the information out. We don't hold back. There is no, hey, if you pay, this is what you get, except I have calculators. So there's things I can't give because I built them inside my book. There's like 5 different calculators, custom calculators that we use, budgeting calculators you put all your lease offers into, and then it tells you what to counter. Same thing with purchases. So I got a ton of stuff in there that's proprietary, but everything else I give away. I don't hold back anything in these streams. But I just know some people are like, I don't want to remember this. I'm not gonna remember this. Let me go deeper and make sure I have access to everything I need to know to save thousands of dollars on cars and time. People spending 5 hours or 2-3 days in dealerships. This is ridiculous. It's not necessary. Hey, you'll wonder why you didn't come over sooner, because it's out of control. People going back to the dealers 2-3 days. Let me see if I can get some more money off. Anyway, it's not a good way to do business. So shout out to everybody who grabbed your book. Thanks for checking in. I think we went as thorough as we could today. We'll have a lot more coming. No, you cannot use, Naya, you can't use anything to negotiate your lease. She said, can I use Edmunds to negotiate my lease? Nothing is going to do the work for you. Unless you're hiring a team who is going to go do the work and watch this, show you the work. See, the difference with these brokers or people who you hire to say, oh, you just do it for me, is they're not actually presenting the offers to you transparently. If you shopped for me, then show me what each person said. Because oftentimes what's happening is you are just so scared, you just pay somebody or you let them control your entire transaction. Now they control who you're going to sell your old car to. They got your trade. They got your loan. They know who you're going to buy a car. They're controlling all of this. I know a lot of brokers here in the Northeast area, and they make a lot of money because they're treated as dealers. So if when I was a broker, if we did a deal, if the deal made $2,000, then we split it. My company got 1,000. The dealership kept 1,000. So they're brokers that are making 3, 4, 5 grand per transaction because they have your trust. So they're just going to tell you, okay, the best deal is up here at this dealer is $579 a month. Okay, sounds good. All right, I'm going to send you the credit app. That's not somebody shopping for you. That's somebody putting a deal together for you that made them money. You got a car. You cannot be, listen, we teach people to fish. If you're not seeing the market, nobody shopped for you. If you're not seeing the market, hey, here are all the blue Honda Accords within 100 miles. Here's how we narrowed it down to the top 5. This is the best choices. These have clean title histories. They have great service records, no accidents. These are the things. This is a market. This is how you make a $30,000 decision, a $50,000 decision. So no, I'm not. There's nothing out there that exists where you just say you do it. I mean, we have a shop for you system. I don't promote it because we're only doing it for a couple people. But I would rather you learn to fish because it's not hard. I'm not teaching you to go into dealerships and negotiate with them and remember a bunch of stuff and do battle. I'm teaching you how to stay at home and use a computer. Only people who shouldn't be working with us and still should be out there suffering is people who can't use a computer. God bless you. I can't do anything for you. Can't do anything for you. We created a service where we can eventually scale and shop for you. That's one. But as far as teaching you, you can't use a computer. I can't help you. But 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds who are good with a computer, who can send emails, there's nothing stopping you. Well, you're putting yourself through that whole ordeal to go shop the old way and go do battle and lose a bunch of money, leave the dealership feeling with your head down. For what? For what? It's not necessary. It's not necessary. This is a very simple process. I show all these people for a reason. So you can see it's women here, it's men, it's young women, it's older women, it's single moms, It's introverts. We got it all. We got it all. The difference is these people made a decision that they were going to learn the cars from home way. They were going to start enjoying their car shopping, and they were going to unlearn what the car business had programmed them to do. Car business loves the fact you're going to keep shopping the same way. Keep coming into the dealership, hoping, asking us to take off some money. Come on, take off some money. Keep doing that. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. We make a bunch of money when y'all keep doing this. But you want to help, you want to stop people from making money on you? Stop going into dealerships. Test drive, come home. I'm here for a test drive. Thank you. Can I have your card? I'll call you if I'm interested. You come home, you get your bids from home, you have a great experience. You save a bunch of money. You don't spend more than 30 minutes in a dealership. Best thing in the world. Okay, so it's all in my digital book. You'll have the blueprint. Cars from Home, 7 steps to saving time, money, and avoiding dealerships. Normally $97, but get your copy for 75% off. If you're there before 30 minutes, TikTok bio, my Instagram bio, the YouTube comments, the Facebook comments, click those links. That'll activate it, and then you'll have the book in your inbox because it's a digital book. So you can be using it today for your shopping, and it only takes you a couple days to get your deal. Okay, we don't play around. You don't need 8 hours. This isn't a college course. Okay, it doesn't take that long to buy cars. All right, go grab your book. God bless y'all. I'll see y'all on the next stream. I just wanted to tap in with Naya because she had made a comment that I saw. And everybody who got your book, use it. Please make sure you continue. I have a lot of new deals that I have to bring in on the next stream. I have had a lot of you email me with your deals, and I appreciate you. Make sure you keep sending me your deals. When you pick up your car, send me your paperwork. I have a lot of, I'm going to bring them in for the next stream. A lot of you have been sending me your deals, so I appreciate it. Continue to celebrate yourself because, it's something great about getting a new car, but it feels even better when you're confident with the numbers. It feels even better. You notice people always tell you when they got a new car, they don't talk numbers, though. People pull up, hey, I got my new car. They never talk about numbers, never talk about the deal because secretly they're ashamed of it. When you see all of these people I share, the first thing we're talking about, even before we pick up the car, is the deal. Look, wanted to share my experience, purchased my car 2 days after watching the videos. We have videos in that book too. I link you to videos as well. The first day I sent out the template, received about 7 different offers. On day 2, I emailed. The dealer MSRP was $36,365 on a 2025 Kia. In closing, MSRP with discounts and rebates down to $32,680. So he saved $4,000 off. Monthly payments $400. No money down. It's a 1.1% lease. $400 a month, $36,000 MSRP in minutes from home. You think we have to tell him not to go into dealers anymore? You think any of these people, see, I don't worry about the people who've been changed. They're never going back again. I think it's somebody who said, I will never buy another car any other way again. Was it Teddy? I think it was Teddy. Look. This post is a bit wordy, but I'm too pumped. I will never, I repeat, never lease another vehicle any other way but from home. Once these people do this once, they're never going back there again. Like, what? So we want you to unlearn that, step out of that world, come into our world where you're empowered, making deals, saving all the money, no buyer's remorse, eliminating anxiety, enjoying your car purchases. It's not too much to ask. That's what we do over here. So go grab your book. I'll see y'all on the next stream. God bless you.